guys. So, I was gonna post the third battle of that tournament that I was doing, the TheVenomWithin's random tournament today, but it kind of ended in a 6-0 Gothitelle sweep, and yeah, I don't usually post those type of battles, so I decided to have a rematch with Fat Jesus, who was my opponent in that tournament. So, yeah, so I am advancing to I think the finals, or maybe it's the semifinals now. But this is a different battle with Fat Jesus that we had afterwards to get something posted on YouTube, because I'm not going to post me sweeping 6-0 with Gothitelle. So, yeah, this is a little bit more his style, the, constructed Pokemon format where he can actually choose his team. Because, yeah, my team matched up super well against his, and it just really wasn't even fair. Oh well, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave with Pelipper. I'm giving it a try as a Rain Dancer. As he decides to leave with Vigavolt, and I think that, I was obviously pretty scared, so I'm going to switch out. He ends up predicting my switch going in Vaporeon, so a prediction early here, knowing that I'd probably go into a ground Pokemon. I have two, and yeah, he probably has Ice Beam on it, so I'm just going to go into Tapu Koko. And once again, he's going to pivot and predict my switch, switching back, going into his Mudsdale, which I guess he was predicting my Tapu Koko, so yeah, just him predicting me right off the bat here with switches. And this time I'm just going to U-turn. If he wants to switch again, that's fine. I'll just U-turn. I do carry U-turn as well as Volt Switch on it, so I can, U-turn away from ground Pokemon. So, yeah, I'm just going to go into my Kingdra now as he goes for a Rock Slide, and it doesn't really do much. Now, this is a Choice Specs Kingdra with Swift Swim, which synergizes with the Rain a bit, and I'm not going to go for a water move at this point, though. Just going to go for a Dragon Pulse because I kind of figured this was the switch in, this Vaporeon. And unfortunately, I don't quite do half, so, yeah, he probably has, that Wish Protect nonsense, and he's able to do that. Still going to go for a Dragon Pulse, see what he does, and, yeah, he does have Wish, and he is going to obviously Protect. So, yeah, it's not going to kill his Vaporeon, and he'd be stupid to let it die right now because it's kind of limiting what I can do. In fact, looking at my team, there's really nothing I can do to this Vaporeon. The best thing I have is Volt Switch from my Tapu Koko. I don't actually have Thunderbolt on it, so yeah, I'm not really sure how much damage it's going to do. But I go back into Tapu Koko, being that the Protect was obvious there. He's not going to let Vaporeon die. And yeah, I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, and he's going to Protect the first time. Gives him a little bit of extra Leftovers recovery and to see what I do and stuff, so good play by him. But then I'm just going to keep going for the Volt Switch. Last time we tried this, well, yeah, I'm just going to, I believe, no, I go for a U-turn this turn, right? I think I do. Yeah, I go for a U-turn thinking that he'd go out into Mudsdale, but he doesn't, and he stays in with Vaporeon, which is a good play. And I go out into Pelipper again, figuring that I can take most hits from him and as well set up my Rain again. This is a pseudo-Rain team. It's not like it's super dependent on the Rain, but it's still kind of nice. And, yeah, he's just going to go ahead and Wish, and, yeah, that means he can pretty much go into something else or stay in and just hit me. It's really up to him. I'm just going to go ahead and U-turn, see if he did want to switch and maybe get the, matchup of my choice. Said he stays in, so he's probably just going to attack me with, and I'm worried about Ice Beam here, so I don't want to go into Garchomp, and I go into my Tapu Koko as he goes for an Ice Beam. It's not stabbed. I'm hoping it won't do that much, and it still does a little, almost half, actually. So, yeah, actually did some significant damage because Tapu Koko is not very bulky. So, here he's going to Protect again to see what I do. Like I said, pretty safe play. And, yeah, I'm just going to keep going for the Volt Switch this time, and he predicts that very nicely. This time going into Mudsdale. I knew I should have just went U-turn, but I just didn't want to give this thing another free turn, and that sucks. I'm not going to actually U-turn this time on this thing, though, because don't want to give it a free stamina. I decided to go into my Garchomp. I really do need to limit his ability to switch, so I'm going to go ahead and set up Stealth Rocks. I know that this Mudsdale really doesn't have anything to do to me, since I am Bulk Chomp. And, yeah, the worst he can do is that Earthquake, which doesn't really do much. And I'm just going to go ahead and put up my Stealth Rocks. And he goes back into Vaporeon, and I actually carry Toxic on my Garchomp for these reasons. And there's really no way I can get rid of this Vaporeon easily. I need to set up the Toxic on it. I'm okay if he decides to go for an Ice Beam. It's whatever. It's actually worth losing Garchomp over, and that's, poisoning this Vaporeon. I don't think there's any way to get rid of the poison, and this will limit the amount of turns that he can stay in. Meanwhile, I set up Stealth Rocks, which will punish him for switching, so I'm hoping that the combination of the two will let me get around this Vaporeon, who right now is just kind of walling me. So I go into Pelipper again against this Vaporeon, and yeah, it sets up Drizzle again, which is kind of nice, and I did that because I can take an Ice Beam or a Scald, it doesn't matter. This time he does go for an Ice Beam. Thankfully, he over-predicted that last time. He went with a Scald against my Garchomp instead of an Ice Beam, which would have killed me, so I did get to keep Garchomp, so that's good. And yeah, Pelipper can take that hit pretty nice, and yeah, the Toxic is starting to build up on this Vaporeon, and yeah, that's cool. He's going to go ahead and U-turn to see if he wants to switch out. I was actually kind of expecting him to, because I didn't think he wanted Toxic to, build up, but he ends up staying in and just going for a Scald, which is fine. I'm just going to Kingdra. X4 resist that. I think he does crit, but I am a Specs one. Like I said, I'm not physical at all, so even if he did get the burn, it would have been, that small amount of residual damage each turn, so it wouldn't have really hurt me. And yeah, I'm just going to go for the Dragon Pulse, knowing how much I did earlier. I'm hoping to get the 2-hit KO off on this thing, and due to the Toxic building up at this point, I'm hoping that it's enough that, he can't really just protect and heal all of his HP, so I have him in a pretty good spot. So he does get the Wish off, and after this Toxic Poison, there you go. Low red, he can't switch out without, well, he does switch out, but he's going to die on switch into Stealth Rock, so that's exactly what I wanted. He instead, though, is going to take a free switch out into Scizor. Now, I'm not going to do a whole lot with a resisted Dragon Pulse, even with Specs, and he is going to go ahead and heal back to full using that Wish, so I guess he kind of just sacrificed his Vaporeon so that Scizor can get a free switch here. And here he plays pretty great. He goes for the Pursuit. Seems to be, your standard choice ban Scizor, and he's going to be able to kill my Kingdra with the Pursuit, so that was an excellent play. But now I know I can trap him here with Dugtrio. In the tournament battle, I trapped him with, my Gothitelle, and here I'm trapping him with Dugtrio, which is kind of, with Arena Trap, the more underappreciated trapper. But it's the original, gosh darn it. Although I guess Boba Fett is the same thing, but whatever. Dugtrio can make use of it better because he got, he actually got an attack boost in this generation, so Tree's Band Dugtrio is actually pretty strong. Unfortunately, he's going to go into Minior after me killing the Scizor. But my Dugtrio did survive and is able to 2-hit the Scizor, so that's good. And, yeah, he's going to go into Minior. As I said, I'm locked into Earthquake, so I can't really do anything. I'm just going to go into Metagross. I expect him to Shell Smash here, but I'm kind of hoping that even if he carries Earthquake, I can take a +2 Earthquake from this thing. It's not stabbed coming from a Minior, so like I said, I'm kind of hoping that I can live. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. I'm just going to go ahead and Mega Evolve and try to kill him with a Meteor Mash. And, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. He's going to be able to move first, due to his speed boost, not to mention his Unburdened ability, so he does have quite a monstrous amount of speed right now. And yeah, there you go. He's going to go for that Earthquake, and I do survive it, thank God. And I'm able to get off a Meteor Mash, which is going to be able to take down the Minior, and yeah, that scary thing is now dead, and I'm looking pretty nice right now. He's going to go to Mudsdale. I figure I just need damage on this thing. I'm just going to go for an Ice Punch. He doesn't have any stamina boosts left up yet, and I know this is an Assault Vest set just by, battling him in the past, so I'm pretty sure it's EV'd specially defense. So I'm kind of thinking I can do decent damage with Ice Punch, and I do. I hit him below half, so that's pretty good. And now I should be able to go into... I forget what I go into. What do? I go into Pelipper, that's right, because I can set up the Rain, and I can hit him with a super effective Scald. That's what I thought I did. But yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do here. Even with the Assault Vest, I don't think he's going to be able to take a, stab Scald in the Rain. And even if he does, maybe I'll burn him, and he doesn't. So, there you go, dead Mudsdale. And I believe his remaining Pokemon are... Well, he has this, yes, he has his Vikavolt. He has his Vaporeon that's going to die on switch, and he has Salazzle. And I'm pretty confident, though, if I get a Dugtrio and Salazzle matchup, I can win, because the Dugtrio is 3 base speed points faster than Salazzle, which is nice. And I'm just going to go into Garchomp. It's basically much a death fodder move at this point. But in the, remote chance he decides to actually go for an electric move, then I can obviously get the advantage there. Instead, he just goes for the Air Slash, which is the better play. And like I said, at this point, I was just trying to get a safe switch here into Tapu Koko, which I can Dazzle and Gleam him, which is neutral. And yeah, he's going to be able to Air Slash me, but not quite kill me. And I'm just going to go use that Volt Switch. And at this point, I know that I have it won. I can just go ahead and Volt Switch after killing that thing into my Dugtrio. And like I said, his Vaporeon is dead on switch in. And his last Pokemon is Salazzle, which is slightly slower, and weak to my Ground Move. So unless he's like Scarf Salazzle or something, this is my game, and I just, as you can see, I do outspeed, kill the Salazzle, and the Vaporeon is going to die, you know, right after I kill this thing. So yeah, good game though, Fat Jesus, and I am advancing in the tournament, not due to this battle, but this battle was a little bit better, a little closer, a little more entertaining for you guys, so there you go. Today's question of the day is, I know he was saying after the battle that he's shocked or something that, you know, a fast-looking lizard like Salazzle gets outsped by a mole thing like Doug Trio. Well, I guess it does make sense, because moles can move pretty fast underground, but not really that fast, so... I guess today's question of the day is, what Pokemon's base speed doesn't make sense to you? As for me, I have to say Miltank. Miltank looks like, you know, as the name implies, a bulky Pokemon, and it is pretty bulky too. But it has a 100 base speed, which has always caught me off guard. It has the same base speed as Charizard, which just, you know, looks like a fast dragon thing. But this is like a bulky cow thing. It's fat. How does it run so fast? The other one that I want to mention, though, is Purugly, which, you know, is a fat cat Pokemon. Now, cats are supposed to be fat, but Purugly is fat, and it doesn't really look that fast, but it has a 112 base speed, which I don't really know. You know, it looks like a bulky cat Pokemon, but it's actually, its best stat is speed. But yeah, leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Later.